the acidity of alcohol and phenols. So here we're just talking about how we can take off this hydrogen and how easy it is to take it off. And the way we judge this is that we remove it, we deprotonate, and then assess the stability of the conjugate base. Now, an alkaloid ion is more stable because we have a negative charge on an oxygen. So it's more stable than putting the charge on nitrogen or carbon, but it's less stable than putting the negative charge on a halogen. And we see that down here on our chart of increasing acidity. Remember that a high pKa means that it's not very acidic. So low, pKa low, it's acidic. And so pKa for the halogen is the lowest. The pKa for an alcohol is somewhere in between, and nitrogen and alcohol are not very acidic at all. So the reagents necessary to deprotonate an alcohol. We can use a strong base like sodium hydride. Here, the sodium attacks the proton, and then the electrons end up back on the oxygen, and we end up with the sodium methoxide. This is convenient because the hydrogen gas bubbles out of solution and pulls the reaction forward. We can also use sodium, lithium, or potassium metals. These will also remove the hydrogen, and the hydrogen bubbles again out of solution because it's a gas. There are several factors that affect the acidity of alcohols and phenols. The first and most important is resonance. When phenol is deprotonated, the conjugate base is stabilized by resonance, making the phenol 100 million times more acidic than the cyclohexanol. So if we look at our pKa's here, we have a pKa for the cyclohexanol of 18 and of 10 for the phenol. Remember that this is a logarithmic scale, and so it represents a very big difference in acidity. So the phenol can be deprotonated by something as simple as sodium hydroxide and doesn't require the strong bases required for other alcohols. And this is just showing the resonance that occurs when the phenol is deprotonated. That the negative charge is born all around the ring. The second thing that can affect the acidity is induction. So trichloroethanol is 10,000 times more acidic than ethanol, and this is because of induction. We have the chlorines here are drawing electron charge away from this oxygen, and so when we get a negative charge here, it's stabilized by a partial positive charge on that carbon atom that's right here. There are also solvation effects. This is our least important effect, but T-butanol is less acidic by 2 orders of magnitude. The ethoxide is not sterically hindered, and so the solvent here can get all around this partially, or actually this negatively charged oxygen atom and stabilize it. The tert butoxide can get fewer solvent molecules around, and so you'll find that the ethanol is more acidic, has a lower pKa. So for each of the pairs of alcohols, we need to identify the one that's more acidic and explain our choices. So the first thing we're going to do is draw the conjugate bases. And we want to compare the stability of these two compounds. If we look closely at them, we will see that we have resonance available to us in compound A. The electrons that are on the oxygen can form a double bond between the oxygen and the carbon, and then the electrons in the double bond can go down here. So the conjugate base of A is resonance stabilized. If we look at B, we cannot do the same because we have a hydrogen here, and that would give us 5 bonds on this carbon. So this will not happen, and there's no resonance stabilization. So we would expect that this hydrogen is going to be more acidic. It's going to be easier to pull it off because the conjugate base is more stable.